Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of December 5th. As always, we'll get started with the Mythic Plus affixes for this week. This week we have Tyrannical, Storming, and Raging. Again, that's Tyrannical, Storming, and Raging. Another week that's not too awful, honestly. Some of the polls this season are quite big, even in pug groups. So Raging could cause some issues, but generally speaking, it's not one of the main weeks with the incorporeal or anything like that, or the afflicted. And other than those weeks, it's not too awful. Sanguine causes some trouble too. But yeah, this is another pretty good week. A lot of the pushing's going on now, and then we are going to get more item level as it goes on. When we finally reach max item level, we'll probably be back into those harder affixes, and then we'll see another push when we get back into these easy affixes or affix combos would be my kind of theory there. But yeah, another pretty good solid week. I've been doing more Mythic Plus than I have in the past this season, which is probably a good sign that it's a good season, because I'm not someone who loves Mythic Plus. So another good set of affixes for those of you doing a lot of keys this season, which so far also includes me. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on in game this week. This week we do have the Darkmoon Fair going on. Nothing too big for the Darkmoon Fair this week. Probably the most noted thing is it's going to stack with your World of Warcraft anniversary buff or whatever, which lasts until Thursday. The WoW's anniversary is over, so you can go grab that mount still. But the experience and the reputation from the Darkmoon Fair does stack with the WoW reputation and experience thing. So maybe a last ditch effort to level some characters or grind out some rep. Finish off Dream Warden's rep if you're not at 20 with them or whatever. These are all things you could do to take advantage of that. I already mentioned the anniversary is going to be ending this week on Thursday. So once again, probably the biggest thing you can do is go get your basically free mount. You go kill the little world boss in Tenaris, and you get a kind of like an icy Deathwing mount. Also on Thursday, there's this, I don't remember this before, Wanderers Festival. Maybe I'll go check it out. I always say that on these, and I usually do at least go check it out. But this could be one that's been here before, and I just never noticed it before. But it's only a one-day thing, and what I'll say about these one-day things is they're not usually very good. But I'll go check it out just to see. I'll report back if it's anything that I found interesting. Probably not, but it's worth checking out, I suppose. We also have the Dragonflight Dungeon event this week. So this is a little bit useful because you can get a piece of heroic level gear by doing 4 mythic dungeons, or it might be 5. But either way, by doing some mythic dungeons, even on Mythic 0, you can get some or one piece of heroic loot, and that could technically be a piece like off of a very rare piece or whatever, or a piece off of Farak on heroic, which may be harder to get for you or whatever. So it is kind of an interesting roll of the dice there on that. Something that I do a lot of times on my alts or something like that. We also have PvP Brawl, of course. Not going to get too much into that. And other than that, not a ton going on other than that in retail, although that is a few things going on. Obviously, last week we had Season of Discovery launch. This was a massive success. Tons of people playing it. It's pretty fun. I've been playing it quite a bit myself. And yeah, I have a level 25. I have a lot of really good gear. I'm ready to do the raid. Waiting for some guildies to be ready to do the raid. And I'll probably end up doing it, like pugging it and doing it on my own as well. It has a pretty short reset and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been having pretty good fun with it. Nothing huge to report from there. I tried to discover a few things early on, and I was going to make some videos on it, but none of my ideas panned out. I'm playing a Rep Paladin, and I actually went up to Uther's tomb, for example, and tried to find a rune. There was not one there, and it's not even hard to get to. I only had to die once to get there, and it was just from the skeletons that are near Uther's tomb. One death, and that was it, and I was able to get there, and so... it wouldn't have been too bad to put one there, in my opinion. A lot of the other runes are a lot harder than that. But that was unfortunately not the case. But yeah, I'm still having fun playing it. It was a big success. As far as just on retail goes, I did a lot of Mythic Plus, like I said. Enjoying that and doing pretty good on the raid as well. We got Council down this past week, and we got very good progress on Laredar. I would be surprised if Laredar did not die this week, and therefore we move on to further into the raid and move on to I don't know how to pronounce it. Nimue. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but the boss where you have to not cross the lines and, and stuff like that, the lines on the floor or whatever. So yeah, still having great fun in retail, but just happen to be playing a lot more Season Discovery this week. That'll probably shift back more to retail as it goes on, because there's not a ton to do on Season Discovery, but still a massive success. I imagine each launch of the new level cap on Season Discovery will be very plentiful and successful. So like the level 40, level 50, and level 60 will probably be the most fun one, in my opinion, I guess, because of potential there for some really cool things. So I imagine they'll all be pretty fun on launch. You know, it's just meant for a little mini burst of content, you know, and it's pretty fun to take part in my opinion. So if you haven't checked it out, I do recommend it. It's pretty fun. The raid's very easy. You don't have to worry about that. If you do retail raids, you'll have a very easy time in the Season of Discovery raid. I will say that. You know, maybe it's equivalent to like a normal level raid. No, it's probably even easier than that. It's somewhere between LFR and normal, maybe. So you'll probably be able to do that. So don't feel like it's too much or whatever. The leveling's the hardest part. It's just classic leveling is what it is. But you know, it can be a very good thing, but it also can be a very boring thing. So we have one more week until the Christmas event starts, which I'm excited for. And yeah, just overall, pretty solid week. Super popular week for World of Warcraft. WoW is back. The race to world first, all the viewership for this Season of Discovery launch. Just lots of craziness going on in World of Warcraft right now. I've seen it tweeted many times recently. It's a great time to be a fan of World of Warcraft. It's a great time to be a creator of World of Warcraft. It's a great time to be just a player of World of Warcraft. And hopefully that continues into the War Within, into whatever happens in the future of Classic, into, you know, every iteration of the game, which there are a lot of right now. Hopefully that can continue, and we can continue to have great success and hopefully great fun. So that's it for this one, guys. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody have a good one.